So I got my old boy Takoda out here today, and I got his great-grandson Finn hiking along with us, and we're just having a glorious afternoon. It's absolutely a wonderful day. It's cloud cover, it's cool. We're on the Bear Trail, and we're having a wonderful time, let me tell you. So these two boys, they're peas in a pod, boy, let me tell you. It's like working with the same dog. Pretty phenomenal. Yeah, this is an amazing little fella, this Finn. He's a Karoo and Vana pup. And Vana is a granddaughter of Takoda. And Vida is the mother of Vana. That's a daughter of Takoda and Gada. And Gada's just an absolute beautiful female, old girl too, and this very old lineage. So Takoda, he loves to work. He's been working every day of his life. He's been on the job, I think, pretty close to 6,000 days. Just a few shy of 6,000. And I know that because I keep track of my days myself, and he works the same days as me. But I had 12 off in that time. We're at 58.40. So he's been hustling right along. But he likes to get up here on the Bear Trail because he don't hear anymore. So the Bear Trail's rich with scent. So he's very happy about that. It's a good spot for him. But little Finn's his ears in away. Finn can hear everything. So pretty profound. This is a good lineage of dog, this dog. It's handler focused beyond compare. The absolute best in handler focus. So little Finn, he's going to be heading out right away. He's a total rock star, that guy. Just amazing little guy. Wow. He just trucks right along here, boy. We're just having a glorious day. He watches everything on the sides, checks everything out for me. He can hear good. Yeah. He watches hand signs. He's really good. Yeah. So I thought the creek would still have a little drop in it here, but she's dry. But the rain will come right away. The fall rains are about to come, and we'll get water back here. But right now, at this time of year, it's dry. It must have, not that long ago, it went dry, I guess. So yeah. I had some guys asking me questions about their pup. They couldn't get their pup to come to them. Now, not a dog of mine, but it was an elk hound they got from another breeder. But they were having trouble. They couldn't get this behavior. Now, that's not uncommon. This particular lineage here is the best in the world. And so, if your dog isn't doing exactly this, don't feel bad. Good boy. You can hear him. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. But the main thing that you have to do, I mean, this is a lot of these pups, the early beginnings is instinct, and it's passed down generation to generation. So instincts play a big role. You guys better sit down. He's already getting tired. We haven't climbed too far, but it's uphill. This is relatively level here, but we do have some grade, and we had grade to here. not an extreme hike, just as easy going. I don't take him far. You get overworked fast. And of course, they're always excited at the start, so they expend a little too much energy. He's not one to conserve just yet. Another couple of years, maybe he'll conserve a bit. But yeah, when you're working with these little guys, you see there's the whole key, there's the whole thing, is you take them out to a remote area in the bush, and you just let them roam around you. And you build the bond with the dog. You've got to have the bond. If you don't have the bond, the dog's not going to pay attention to you, won't come back to you, doesn't want to be by you. The dog has to want to come. And he has to want to be able to do it on his own. And so you've got to be friends with the pup. You've got to really encourage the pup. You've got to tell him how fantastic he is and make it the best time of his life when he gets here. And don't take him up there. You guys just stay back in here. You see, I can't call him. Come on. Hey. Come on, Takoda. Hey. Come on. Come on, boy. Finn, bring him here. Come on, Finn. Bring him here. Come on, Finn. Bring him here, Finn. Come on. Come on. Good. Good. Come on, buddy. Come here. Come here. So Finn's doing the training. I can call Finn, tell him to bring him, he'll bring him. So they're helping each other out. That's my boy. Must have been a bear in there, tracking a bear or something. Wanted to track a bear. You just stay with me. Finn's gonna sit down here and you guys just sit down and relax. Take a break. There's a lot of bear around. So Finn's recall is excellent, so I can call him out of there and Takoda will follow Finn. So that's the beauty of that. It works really slick. As I can't turn him around, I have to have him where he can see me. And if he gets on a bear trail at this time of day, he'd like to hunt, right? He thinks he can still hunt, so, well, he can still hunt, but I have to go in and carry him home. So yeah, but he's hanging right in there, by God, not even gray yet. Still running the joint, still ruling the roost. He's a little slow to the gate yet, and he don't go unless it's a real threat. No more running down there just for small bear. Got to be a big one. He sends Ark down if there's anything that's, not worth his time. He just says, Ark, you go down. Mon, Chico, whoever's out. So he just tells them, you call me if you need help, you little punks. But the other day, the phone rang early in the morning. Oh man, I was up, but I was just having my coffee. And my neighbor lady, she's just all wound right up. She says, Merv, you've got to release them hounds. You've got to bring Ark. And I said, oh, hey, what's going on? She said, well, I went to go in my garden and there's a big bear right at the gate and I can't get him out of there. I wanted to shoo him away and he wouldn't go. She said, can you bring them up? I said, I'll be right there. They all phoned, of course, to get me to come with Ark. So Ark and I ran up there. Sure enough, we can move them out pretty easy. Now, we don't want to make them agitated or anything. We just want to let them know that it's not a good time to be around in a good place. And Ark just makes it uncomfortable enough with my presence there. We don't even have to hardly say anything. We just kind of give him the sign that it's time to go, and away it goes. And we stay on his trail so he knows that we're there, and he can look back and see us coming, and it moves him out of the zone and brings him back up here where he's supposed to be. And then we don't upset him or agitate him, don't make him turn or anything like that, and nobody gets upset. It's just a nice low-key thing, but he realizes it's not a good place to be. And then when I come up with these two, you see that bear has had no interaction other than to move away from us, so it's no big deal. So I can come with little guys, stuff like that. And it's a regular occurrence at this time of year. The berries are gone, so the bears just keep coming toward the yards. And, that's just the way it is. Now, the other reason they call, of course, they want to let their pit bulls out because the pit bulls don't want to go out with the bears there. So she's got them in a pen there, and they don't want to go out, and she'd like to have them around. And I said, well, you don't worry, we'll clear this for them little guys and they can come out. They're 140 pounds, 120 pounds, and they're not good with bears, right? So so she likes Art to come and clean that bear out, and then her little guys can come out again. So it's kind of good. Art helps all the neighbor dogs that way and makes it nice for them, right? So yeah, it's kind of handy. So she was happy. So we trucked them way up the bush. It was back that way, of course, but we move them up to here, and then everybody can rest easy. I get calls from all the neighbors, and he comes back down. It's just the way it is. And the other night he was down along my fence there, and oh my gosh. So I just had Tuba. I said, Tuba, get him out of here. So Tuba moved them all the way back, and Tuba's good because she will return. She'll take them quite a hike and then come back. She won't actually tree them either, which is kind of handy. So she's pretty handy, that Tuba. Most of the others will push him so hard that he trees, which we don't really want. We just want him moved on out. Tuva's had lots of work in that area, so she's very good. And she doesn't make a big deal of it. She's just able to do it. I could let anybody out, but the most of them will just put them up a tree and then stand there and bark. And so Tuba, she just likes to get them. I tell her, get them gone here, get them out of here. So she takes them on out. And when it's pitch black, it's best to just let the dog go. But on the daylight, I tie Ark on the long lead. I keep him with me. So, but yeah, so Dakota, he likes to let Ark do a fair bit of that work these days. And Passo's right there to do quite a bit too. Passo's dying for a chance. The ladies around, they know Ark so good. So every time Ark comes, they have something for him. They want to give him a new soup bone or a new rib bone, or they got something for him. So he's just so thrilled with them. He thinks they're fantastic. Which they are. They're all fantastic. Just hang on. I'll give you another shot here. Just hang on. Just hang on. But the bears are the dogs are all calm around the dogs. They'll just all start to hunt though, but they're nice and easy going. It's not a chaotic scene. Don't go down there, you guys. Good. Stay by me, buddy. It's kind of fun hiking with him again. I get out regular, but not as often as we used to, and for shorter times. And we've been hiking for a lot of years together. Very, very good dog. Yeah. The heat took its toll on him this summer. We had some 45, 46 degree heat. It was pretty hot. I just kept him in the basically in the cold room. You know, it's just, I couldn't get him out in the day. So he actually lost a fair bit of muscle mass this summer. We just couldn't do anything. It was just too hot. It wouldn't even cool off at night, so I couldn't take him out much at all. He did lose muscle mass this summer. He was out, but short stuff and nothing where he had to work hard. Heat is a tough deal. That's a good boy. You just sit down, buddy. Good. So yeah. But he still sounds just ready to go, ready to rock. Hey, don't be jumping on great-grandpa. Sit by me. Sit by me, boy. Sit by me. Sit right here by me. Come sit by me. What? You guys are fantastic. You guys are great. You guys are good. You just stay here. Yeah, good old genetics, boy. There's the good genetics. So he's probably got another, I don't know, maybe 1,000 sleeps yet. Maybe 500. Hard to say. Hard to say. But if you crack 6,500 sleeps, by God, that's doing pretty good. 6,500 days of working, hiking, gardening, running the pack. Probably had 100 fights. I only had to help on about 15. And that was the last 15. The young boys can handle them now. So I take them down if they give him any hard time, and he comes in for the kill. But he does pretty good. He doesn't let them mentally challenge him at all yet. But they all would challenge him pretty much. But they're pretty good. They're pretty good. They respect yet. They're still good, but they would think it's time. But they're all pretty good. And if his lieutenants are out, the males don't have a chance. If he's got Raven and he's got Tuba and Kalia, any of those big girls with him, the males don't have a hope. They can't do a thing. And they know it. And Tuba will hit him 12, 15 feet out, 20 yards, like a long ways out. She'll start hitting him right there. She don't even let him come up where he's resting. So the males don't get up to where he stays. So if they're in the yard, they're pushed off to the edges. So I don't let him out alone with the young guys. And you got to watch your old dogs, because if you got young dogs around, they'll switch spots in life, and it's traumatic for the old ones. So you just let them retire gracefully, and just let them have their time. The other ones all know that somebody's going to go in there, and we don't really know who it'll be, but they're very pack-oriented dogs, so they understand how that goes. Well, I think we're ready. I think we'll get hiking, boys. We're out of water. I'll get them going. We'll get home just in time for another drink. That's a pretty good video.